Faith and mental health. How do we find balance? Finding balance with faith and mental health. My name is Dr. Debbie. I'm a mental health wellness coach, and today we are talking about faith and mental health. Finding balance. It is good and wonderful thing that we believe in God, but it is important to like ordinary reasoning will not be able to solve some of our problems as human. Like we need a specialist because it is important to remember and to know that God is sovereign and he decides to do whatever he wants to do at his own way. So when we have faith in him, we are trusting that he's going to lead, he's going to direct our steps and guide us in the right way, to people, professionals that will be able to help us and get the right, resource, to resolve our problem. Is And in mental health, we have a lot of framework, a lot of modalities. Like take for instance, like in depression, we have 1,001 medications that we use for depression. But how do we choose the specific one that is going to meet the unique individual, a specific individual? That is when like faith prayer comes in. That anytime we want to like anything about our healthcare, to have faith that, trust in believing God that is going to guide, the wisdom and decision making of the people that we are entrusting our care into. And God is able to do that for us. And just like I said, like in the world, so many things, because that is not our area of specialty. Like for a couple, maybe if they're struggling to become pregnant and they look forward to have their own children, but they do not have understanding that they are not doing things the right way. Maybe during the time the ovulation period of the woman is when maybe the wife is on night shift, the husband is on another job, relocation or assignment, to another place, and both of them at the critical time that they're supposed to be together, to be able to achieve their desire of having children. One of them is either out of the house to work on shift, or another place entirely, for an assignment, and that may take a long time. Because of that, as simple as that thing is, that it's not that they have any conflicts, it's not anything, but the timing is not proper, and they may not know. They may believe that every time, every other time, that as husband and wife, and people can be like that. I've seen that for many months, years, not able to achieve pregnancy. But if they meet a specialist and tell them, oh, when is the ovulation, how is your timing, when you have intimacy as husband and wife, you will see that they've been missing it out, because that is only the window of being able to get pregnant is very limited, and the other time they come together, but they've missed the window. But the resource or seeking help in that area will be able to help. And as well, in mental health as well, maybe people have high level of stress, their cortisol level is very high. That alone may hinder them from achieving their desire, or even conflicts in the family. They are always in conflict, and they are not seen face to face. They are not cordial with each other, because the stress of their job or whatever that they are dealing with is impacting their relationship. But when they see like a wellness coach, a therapist, a mental health provider is able to tell them that the level of stress that you are going through is going to impact your sleep, your relationship, your work, your productivity, and that is going to be a game changer in their life. So it's not everything that God is going to come down from heaven to do for us in the place of faith, but faith in trusting the people, the resources God has put around us, to be able to help us, because it's God that has endowed them with the knowledge, with the wisdom, and with the skill to be able to do that, instead of trial and error, which will take longer time and poor outcome. So in mental health, like I said, it's important to seek, help, and the stigma that is around it, that is making people, not want to seek mental health, because people think that, oh, it's only people that are crazy, that do not out of touch, with reality. They are not in control of their own thoughts again, that need mental health. No, it is not, and that is why you need your wellness coach to be able to break down things for you. At times we do some assessments. It can even be, some body electrolytes. It may be some chemicals in your body that is low or high and needed to be adjusted, probably by food, probably by seeing your primary care physician, by seeing your GP, or just ordinary, counseling and telling you that, oh, you need to change your lifestyle of maybe the way you eat, your meal, your diet, and every other thing that you do, and that sort out the problem. But if you don't see the specialist, that problem may become chronic or with complications, in years to come. So it is important. That is what mental health is about. What about our children? Because of, some people's upbringing, that the generation, the generation we are now, of technology, AI, and all the advancement in human science and learning. So things are different from what it used to be, like in the time of Generation X, or the millennia and all that. Things are different now, and the way they were brought up is different from the Gen Z, or this recent generation, that everything is technology, everything is by telephone, by all kind of resources. And it could be frustrating, for two different generations, to align together, in understanding that. But when you see, like we do parental education in mental health, we're able to counsel parents to be able to understand, their even own childhood trauma, maybe the poverty that they went through when they were growing up, they've not healed with that. Or maybe, the treatment, the abuse, the neglect, and the lack of a lot of basic things that they went through, they are yet to recover from that, and they are still having that pain. They still carry that pain around with them. Even now, they can afford, every basic things of life, and they need to heal with that first before they can move forward. And it's impacting their life, it's impacting their relationship, it's impacting their productivity. That is all what mental health is all about. And even like you want to do it with your faith, you are there crying every time because you are still deeply hurt in your heart, in your soul. So mental health wellness coach is to guide you and open your eyes, to things that could be impacting your life negatively, so that you can move on in life, so that you can be happy, so that you can be positive about life, and then forgive yourself, forgive people, even your parents. Maybe like childhood trauma and all that, that maybe due to maybe physical abuse and all that has happened. They do not know more than that. That was the best that they thought that time, that they could do to you. And then we are able, like different therapeutic modalities to help you to process that, and you can move on in life. So that is all what mental health is about, but it does not conflict with faith. Faith is, we believe in God. As we say, God is sovereign, is the one that we guide you, to meet the right people, right professional. If you need therapy, the type of framework that will meet your own situation, medication, the right the wisdom, the knowledge to seek the one that will be appropriate for you. And as well, if there need to be combination of both, or whatever will work well for you. And I hope you learn something, so that we have a balance between mental health and our faith, that it is God, is sovereign, is everything, but He has put specialists there. He has put our wellness coach there, our doctors, our engineers, different specialization in the world, for our benefit. Just like in the creation, in the Garden of Eden, God has provided everything that Adam needed before Adam was even made. And after the creation of Adam, he has everything. He does not need to be going to ask God this and that. So, and I think that's a perfect example for finding balance between faith and mental health. So mental health is one of the resources God has put in our world, to be of help to us, and that we can benefit from that. My name is Dr. Debbie. Please like, share, comment, and I hope to see you in my next video, and have a positive mental health. Bye.